to share with you my experience with the anatomy and the biology as well. What is very important for the meniscus healing? We have two different group of factors, mechanical factors. I will not talk about the mechanical because it's the leg alignment or the surgical technique, but the very important is just the biological one. But to me, for today, I just prepared the vascularization. However, there's a lot of interesting things about the pharmacotherapy and the metabolism. What we know about the meniscus vascularization, which is crucial for the healing, because without vascularization, vascularization means healing. No vascularization, no healing at all. And that's just, there is some things which are better or worse vascularized. And you can see here, we started this study 6 years ago, and it's a pretty complicated study. We took 18 fresh frozen cadaveric knees, and we injected all the knees. As you can see here, we injected all the knees, the whole legs, with the special fluid which contained the substance which is visible on the X-ray and the color. And the special, gelatin or latex, we say latex. Then we put all these knees to the CT scan in different flexion angles, and you can see here that the result we can find really very, very precise the map of the vascularization. And this is how we evaluate it. We make a dissection with the special magnification loop glasses, and then the videos and the pictures and so on, as always. Well, all the specimens, we sent it to the CT scan, and that's what we got. We got that's the vascularization, including subcutaneous and the muscles and so on. That's, you can find as much vessels, as much arteries, first of all, as you can see here. But what happened when we remove the muscle, subcutaneous, and the skin? That's what we get if we talk about the joint only. But this is very, very important. Then, very important just to observe the behavior of the arteries during the flexion and extension. You have from the medial side, and the view from the medial side, and the view from the lateral side. And please note the behavior of the popliteal artery, which is important. Already we spoke about the PCL. While flexion, the popliteal artery is going away from the joint. That's why in the hyperflexion we have a very safe situation for the PCL. But this is something else. And then we analyze the vascularization to the meniscus. However, I have to say that this is very important. But we could see the arteries until 0.3 millimeters. That's a pretty very small arteries we can observe around the meniscus. This is the picture how it looks like. But I would like to show you what we did. This is the analysis of the. As you can see, these are the arteries around the knee. You can see the front and the lateral side, which is very important. Please note how much arteries is on the lateral side. And now I would surprise you, when we go to the medial side, the picture is completely different, because here you can see we have not so much vascularization. When we go back to the analysis, the vascularization, this is the picture from the posterior, and we check how accurate is the normal anatomy, the dissection, and the, let's say, 3D reconstruction. And you can find all these arteries which we can just make the 3D reconstruction. We can find the same arteries on the specimen, even more on the 3D reconstruction. This is the two different views. You have the popliteal artery, which is here in the center. Then you have the medial side and the lateral side. The difference is very big. But now the short introduction. We have two different systems of the vascularization. We have the system with a lot of the collateral vascularization, and this is very big net of small arteries, and this is very safe for our body, because if you have some embolus, we close one artery, we can get the blood supply from the other ways. But this is let's say, the collateral circulation. If we close it here, we have enough circulation which is going around it. This is very important. And another system, which we have also in our body, there is so-called the end of terminal arteries. And this is very, very dangerous for our body, because if we close one artery like here, then we can expect that the rest of this part will be ischemic, and then we can get some necrosis in this area, or at least not the proper healing. But we can find the same system everywhere, in the brain, retina, heart, liver, knee, shoulder, hip, ankle, and so on. Well, let's talk about the meniscus. We have completely different system of the meniscus vascularization. If you go, this is the very famous work of ARTHROSCOPY, you can see the medial meniscus and the lateral meniscus, but another one is very important from Scapinelli. Scapinelli is the Italian anatomist, and he published in 1968 a very good paper, very famous paper about the vascularization around the knee. What we can find out here, look at the medial side and the lateral side. The lateral side is the reach of the arteries. The medial side is not so good vascularized. Well, that's if we look at the meniscus, we have the medial meniscus, which is not so perfectly vascularized, and then we have the lateral meniscus, which is very good vascularized. If we analyze that, then the medial meniscus, as you know, we divided the medial meniscus into 5 different zones. The zone 1 is the anterior root, zone 5 is the posterior root. Then we have the zone 2, from the zone 1 to the border of the medial collateral ligament. Zone 3 is just the meniscus and the medial collateral ligament, and zone 4, which is between the medial collateral ligament and the posterior root. If you look at this picture, we can find that we have also these zones, but this is very important that we have this part to that part. It's crucial for us when we look at the healing process. Zone 3, it's very interesting, because in zone 3, in the medial meniscus, we can find the structure here. This is the meniscofemoral, this is the meniscotibial. Then we have, it's so-called the deep MCL. Then we have the superficial MCL, which is here. And we have the way here. You can find the small arteries which are coming to the meniscus. And of course, we can find the nerves. And this is quite interesting on the medial side. That's exactly zone 3. If you look from the top, the zone 4 is very interesting, because zone 4 starts, this is the posterior part of the MCL, and this is the posterior root, and this is zone 4 here. And there is no attachment of the meniscus to the capsule. There is only the attachment to the tibia. If we look at the zone 4 on the medial side, you can see that here you have the free border of the medial meniscus, and you have the tibial part, tibial attachment of the medial meniscus. This is the section. You can see zone 4, and you can see this is the border of this is the free border here of the medial meniscus as the femoral part. This is the femoral part, and this is the attachment. Only this way is just connecting the meniscus to the tibia, and this is the way how the part of the vascularization can come to the meniscus in. What about the lateral meniscus? The lateral meniscus, as you know, has 6 zones, because the additional zone is zone 5 with the ligaments. And then, if we look at it, there is the hypovascular, is the popliteus area. The rest of the meniscus is pretty very well vascularized. Okay, and this is the zone 3. This is the hypovascular zone here, and we have not so good healing in this area on the lateral meniscus only. Well, in 2015, we've started with the anatomical study of the meniscus vascularization. That's actually 10 years ago. And you can see that from the posterior, the red, there are the injected arteries. And what we found out that you had the inferior lateral genicular artery, inferior medial genicular artery, and this one, the small one, is the medial meniscus artery. We already described it and published in the American Journal of Sports Medicine. This is the new structure. We couldn't find it in the literature. This is the new artery, which is very, very constant. And then if you go closer, you can see that this is the exactly the artery here. Okay. On this movie, you can see that how the artery is coming from the popliteal artery. We have the popliteal artery here, and then just under the semimembranosus. When I just take the semimembranosus away, this is the semimembranosus tendon, then you can see that if we take it away, the medial meniscus artery is lying under the semimembranosus. And if you look on this, on the artery is here, as you can see. And this small branch here, this is the branch which is going to the posterior root of the medial meniscus, which is very, very small one. If you look at the picture, there is the size of this structure is pretty different. And for example, this is the zone 4 area, and this artery is less than 1 millimeter. However, the medial meniscus artery could have until 2 millimeters. A couple of years later, we did another dissections. That's a dissection with the special magnification glasses and so on. You can see this is the medial meniscus artery, and we really quantified the medial meniscus artery. And you can see here, this is exactly this structure here, which is running here. This is another angle. This is the artery. Is it important? I think it's very important. As you can see here, this is the small artery and very thin, less than 0.1 millimeter arteries, which are running around the medial meniscus. As you can see here, this is the medial side. And in other pictures. That's the medial meniscus artery, as you can see here. And of course, our observation, as I told you before, we can just divide it into 3 different types of the medial meniscus artery. It's not so important, but important is that we're going to publish that. And this is very important for the healing. I will explain you why. That's the paper was published last year. Okay, now please look closer to the medial and lateral side. That's the lateral side here, and here's the medial side. The blue one, they are the vein. But if you have a look, just please have a look at the very small arteries around the vein, because the popliteal vein have to be also vascularized. If we have the problem with vascularization, we can get some varices. And this is the lateral side. Please note how rich is the net of the lateral side. How much arteries are coming together and making this collateral circulation. If we go to the medial side, because we have the lateral side is the reach of the arteries. That's why the healing is supposed to be better. If you look on the medial side consists of 2 parts. You can see here, this is the anterior part. This is the anterior part of the meniscus and the medial part. When we go from the back, you can see here, this is medial meniscus artery, which is going here and then around the meniscus and connect to the branch from the medial inferior genicular artery, and the very small arteries which are going to the posterior root. Okay? And then we have 2 different systems. We have in the front anterior medial part of the meniscus, we have the collateral arteries. In the posterior medial part, we have the end arteries or terminal arteries. When we remove the femur, you can see that the meniscus, this is the medial meniscus, from here to there, there's pretty good vascularization, you can see that, but from that point to this point, it's really bad vascularization. There is exactly where we have the degenerative changes of the medial meniscus. And we have 2 different systems of vascularization on the medial side. And this is the example, this is the medial meniscus, this cleavage injury, but if you look at the movie, that's exactly this zone. This is the end artery or the terminal arteries on the medial side. And this is just, you know, this is the medial side, it's lateral side. That's why I can just call it the medial side. The medial meniscus is the miserable meniscus, and the lateral meniscus is the lucky meniscus, according to the vascularization. And this is another study, just shortly, because I'm over the time. You can see this is the 51-year-old man, and we did the arteriography. Arteriography just to check what is the cause of the problem on the medial side. And if you can see here, yes, we started with the, you can see on the medial side, look at the lateral side. How rich in the arteries is the lateral side, and how poor is the medial side. And then we did with the other side. The medial side is very poor vascularized. Then we did a series of studies, as you can see here, and this is from different side. We can see how go the vascularization, medial side and the lateral side. We did till now only on the 9 patients with the problem of vascularization, but the medial side is definitely much worse vascularized than the lateral side. And the last movie, you can see, and the lateral side is pretty nice to see here. The lateral inferior genicular artery is coming until the patella. Okay, and summarize, I would say that this is the medial side, and as you can see, this small artery is pretty often closed, and we have no good vascularization on the medial side. In summary, I would say that if we want to talk about the vascularization, then the lateral meniscus is very well vascularized everywhere here. We get some vascularization from the Hoffa fat pad, except this area. This area is not so good vascularized. On the medial side, we have 2 different systems. This is pretty well vascularized, this area. Even if you put your camera without tourniquet, you can see the medial meniscus in the front is pretty well vascularized. But this area is very, very bad vascularized, a very poor vascularization. What is also important, if we put our suture, we have to know that if we put the suture in this area here, it couldn't be the circular sutures, because otherwise we have the triangle of the meniscus, so like that, MCL, the small arteries which are coming from here to the meniscus, and if we put the circular suture here, then we close the vascularization. That's what I propose to the medial side and to the different part of the meniscus. In this case, we should put the sutures like that, just leaving the open space for the arteries. Thank you for the attention.